I'm about to make put some drumsticks in the air fryer, and I'm gonna make the mac and cheese. Okay, let's do it. What up? Let's get into this recipe because this mac and cheese was so creamy, so dreamy. Okay, you're gonna want a scoop or two. You might even eat the whole thing. I don't know, but just stay tuned because I got the recipe video and I got a little bonus clip at the end. So yeah, just stay put and watch until the end, please, and thank you. Okay, let's get into the recipe. So first off, we're gonna boil our elbow noodles. Okay, boil those things. We're gonna boil them al dente. Follow the box basically, and then we're gonna put them back in after we strain them. Put them back in the pot, same pot we boiled the noodles in. Put them back. Now I poured in maybe half of my 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, just to get some moisture going. Okay, just to start the moisture. Okay, and this is on like a medium heat. Not too low, not too high, like right in the middle, because we don't want nothing to burn, because we about to turn this into mac and cheese in this pot. Okay, we about to make some magic happen, guys. So then I added in a full 8-ounce block of cream cheese, because creaminess, dreaminess, duh, it's in the name, it needs to be creamy. Ultimate creaminess. So a lot of this is just gonna be stirring. You're gonna be stirring this thing, okay? It's gonna be a whole lot of just using the whip action of the wrist, using the flick of the wrist, because we about to make, like I said, magic is about to happen. Adding the cream cheese is just starting off the creaminess, because of course we still have to add the cheese. I'm going to be using 2 different types of cheeses, so stay tuned for that also. But right now we just mixing it up. I'm just allowing the cream cheese to melt and just kind of letting it start off becoming one. Not nothing too crazy yet, okay? Just mixing and adding, okay? And then once that cream cheese, renders down, we get it melted down, we're going to add in some double cheddar cheese is what I'm using. Double cheddar cheese. I had like a block, so I just chopped it up into like tiny squares, and same thing we did with the cream cheese. We just gonna be mixing and just allowing this to melt, okay? Because that cheese just gonna melt right onto them noodles, and it's gonna bind together, and it's gonna become one. Okay, so like I said, it's a lot of mixing, just mixing and making sure everything is evenly incorporated. And you can already see it starting to cream up. That cheese is becoming, we basically making the cheese sauce in the pot. Like it's becoming one in the pot. It's getting cheesy. We got that milk going, and we are save that evaporated milk, okay? Because we are going to use the rest of that. We're going to be using that full can of that milk. And if you want to use more, you can too. Like if you want to use like some, because that was the only can of milk I had. So if you need more, get more. So I'll say 1 or 2 cans of milk if you need it, but if not, it's fine. But like I said, just use that wrist. You're going to be stirring until your arm hurting, okay? And there goes the rest of that milk right there. That's the rest of that evaporated milk. And we're just going to be just adding diligently. I'm not adding, you see, I'm not adding everything all at once. I'm adding and stirring. I'm making sure everything rendered down first. And like whatever I added in is like has mixed in within. And then I add the rest. So I only added like half the cheese and then waited until that melted. And then I added in the rest of that cheese. And we're going to let that melt. You see it's already creaming up. You see that cheese. That cheese is all becoming a family. It's all becoming one. I haven't added no seasonings yet. Okay. Right now I'm just making sure that cheese is on point. Okay. Like how I'll be basically making like a roux or like a sauce. It's all doing it in the pot. This is actually an easier process if you don't like the baked mac and cheese process, or if you just don't want to bake, can't bake, whatever you want to do. This is easy. This will be easy for you. And then I found this mac and cheese blend shredded cheese in the store, and I was like, that's perfect. It's perfect. And I found that at Meijer. I have been at a few stores that do have a mac and cheese blend shredded cheese, and if you can find that, get it. If not, just basically just use your favorite cheese. Use like a cheddar or your favorite cheese, basically, because you can use all cheddar cheese if you want to, but me personally, I like to just be a little extra instead of some. I use traditional things every once in a while, but I like to be a little extra, you know. But you see it, look at that. Like I said, the magic happening in that pot. Okay, that's where it happens. It's creamy, it's dreamy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. No seasonings yet, but we're about to get into that. About to start to do that now. First off, added some garlic powder. Added some garlic powder on the top. Then I went in with some Badia or Badia. I don't know the brand, how you pronounce it, but the complete seasoning, I went in with that. And then I went in with some Creole seasoning. That's all. Now, the spicy part, that's optional because a lot of people don't like spice. So you don't have to use that. So you can just like literally use the garlic powder and the complete seasoning and it'll be all right there. But I just wanted I like a little spice personally. So it's optional, but you ain't got to use that if you don't want to. Okay, so just mix that up. Make sure you taste it. Okay, at this point, definitely make sure you taste it because the cheese is already there. The cheese, at this point, your cheese should be looking like my cheese looking right there. It should be looking creaminess, dreaminess. It should be looking great. It should be smelling good, looking good, everything. And like I said, taste it just to make sure your seasoning on point. Just make sure you get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. Okay, get that seasoning on point. That's why we doing this. Do not leave this kitchen and do not stop making this meal until you got it on point. Okay. Now my niece did visit my Sagittarius sister. She had a baby and she did visit. So of course I had another taste tester because my babe, he tries it all. He tries all my food, of course, but look, watch this.
Green kryptonite takes away Superman. But orange kryptonite.
That's good, ain't it? Yeah. What is that? Did you saying cheese? What's that? What's on your hand, girl? What's that?
Nasty. You nasty. You nasty. You nasty, girl.
As you can see, she was she had a time. Okay, after that mac and cheese, she was getting it. She is her mama child. Look at that, dropping it down, getting her eagle on. She is her mother's child. This is Charlie Jr. You gonna see Charlie one day, but this is definitely her junior because she's dropping it down like she was from the 99 and the 2000s, and she ain't. Baby girl was getting litty. She was getting litty. I couldn't play the music, of course, because they ain't about to flag me, but she was getting down with the birds. Baby's so funny when they dance, man. That is hilarious. Oh. Wow. Okay, let's go. I need you in the inside. I need you inside. And the time that it take me to take one step, she's taking 5. Because she that small. Well, that was short-lived. Because as you can see, she's sleeping. We knew it wasn't going to take long. Because she been a little fussy this morning. Earlier. This afternoon, morning. She was a little fussy, so we knew that as soon as we got in the car, that she was gonna be asleep. It didn't take long. But yeah, we're about to you're gonna take Big O home. That's Big O. We're gonna take Big O home to her mom, and we're gonna get some food, and then come back home.